The following BLTV program is brought to you by O'Flaherty Law. Please enjoy.
Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and today we're going to explain what happens to stocks and bonds after someone dies in Illinois, and if you are the personal representative of the estate, what to do with those things. So the executor or the administrator of a probate estate is known as the personal representative, and it's the responsibility of the personal representative to collect the assets of the decedent, who's the deceased person, and disburse them to creditors and beneficiaries of the estate. So here's the steps you should take if you are a personal representative and the deceased individual owned stocks or bonds. First, let's talk about how to determine what stocks and bonds the decedent owned. First, check the personal files, safe deposit box, and mail for physical stock. What happens to stocks and bonds after someone dies in Illinois? Take 2. Welcome to... No. Take 3. Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and today we're going to... What happens to stocks and bonds after someone dies in Illinois? Take 4. Welcome to Learn About Law. My name is Kevin O'Flaherty from O'Flaherty Law, and today we're going to explain what happens to stocks and bonds after someone dies in Illinois and how to handle those as part of the estate if you are the executor or administrator of the estate. So the executor or the administrator of a probate estate they're known collectively as the personal representative. And it's the duty of the personal representative to collect all of the assets of the estate, including stocks and bonds, and then disperse them to creditors and beneficiaries of the estate. But how do you determine what stocks and bonds a person owned? Well, first check the personal files, safe deposit box, and mail for physical stock and bond certificates, statements from financial institutions such as banks, brokers, and advisors that lay out what stocks are owned, or statements from corporations showing an ownership of corporate stock. If you find physical stock certificates and bonds, make sure to compare them against interest statements from the companies or financial institutions to make sure that you've accounted for all of them. So once you've determined what stocks and bonds exist, you next need to figure out whether they should be part of the probate estate or be immediately transferred to someone else outside of the probate estate. If the stocks and bonds are owned by a trust, they are likely dealt with through the trust and not as part of the probate estate. If they are jointly owned with right of survivorship, they will pass immediately to the survivor without going through probate. Same thing with the transfer on death designation. If they're owned in the person's individual name, but it says on my death this will transfer to this person, then that bond should be just transferred directly to that person, or stock certificate should be transferred directly to the person listed on the transfer on death designation rather than going through the probate estate. If they were jointly owned without right of survivorship, then the stock or bond will be basically, the value will be divided in half. Half will go through the probate estate, half will go to the joint owner. Finally, if they're owned individually, then they will be part of the probate estate. And all of that is assuming that probate is actually necessary. We have another article and video about when probate is necessary and when generally assets have to go through probate at learn-about-law.com and on our YouTube station. So now that you know what is actually going through probate and what is not, let's talk about how to transfer stocks and bonds into the probate estate or directly to beneficiaries. If the stocks and bonds are held in an investment account by a financial institution, this is pretty straightforward. You just contact the financial institution to find out what forms and documentation it requires in order to effectuate the transfer. Usually this will consist of an internal form for the transfer within the financial institution that you'll have to fill out, and they'll probably want to see copies of your letters of office or a small estate affidavit if probate isn't necessary, and a certified copy of the death certificate. But the financial institution will walk you through the process. If you're dealing with physical certificates of a private company, then you should find out who the transfer agent for that company is, and you can usually do that online if the company is large enough, or just by calling its investor relations department. And the transfer agent then will tell you, just like a financial institution, what forms are necessary for the company to make the transfer of the stock certificate from the individual that owned it to the estate. At the article associated with this video at learn-about-law.com, we have kind of a list of what you should expect to have to provide to the transfer agent. If you can't find physical stock certificates, you can contact that same transfer agent, and they will provide you the forms necessary for them to issue a new certificate in the name of the estate. Savings bonds are handled differently than other types of bonds, and we have a link to an article that deals with how to deal with savings bonds in the article at learn-about-law.com that's associated with this video. So if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments section below this post at learn-about-law.com or below the video on our YouTube station. If you need some help, give us a call at 630-324-6666. That's 630-324-6666. We offer free consultations in many areas of law, and we have several geographic locations for your convenience. If you found this helpful, we'd love it if you subscribe to us on YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your podcasts or watch your videos. Thank you so much for watching and listening.
Thanks so much for watching our video. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. Click the subscribe button for new videos every week, and download and review us on iTunes. Visit learn-about-law.com for other legal-related articles and videos. Visit our business podcast and video blog, seizeyourbusiness.com, and visit Making Real Estate Fun for real estate videos and podcasts. Call us at 630-324-6666 for a free consultation.